Hey, we are back. This is Run It Back CT. You know what I'm saying? I'm with, one of my boys, man. We go back, man. And it's very few people you can call on anytime, like, yo, Jay, man, or, you know, you mind doing this, you mind coming on, and you mind, come showing some love. I can honestly say every time I reached out, yo, you know what I'm saying? You come through, you like, all right, hey, just, let's set up the day we come through and handle it. Um, but ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman right here, he blessed us with his presence as a superstar. He was a legend, y'all. He got in work, so that's why his word holds credence. He knows what he's talking about. He's been there, you know what I mean? And he's going through the trenches of what he came up here today to talk about. He's on this segment of Coach's Corner, running back CT Coach's Corner. He's going to give us some education on the reclassification of AAU phenomenon circuit, what's going on, what's happening, what's going on today. You know what I'm saying? This is present information that we all need. Everybody have its myths. I got a couple myths that I kind of like, or even ideas that I kind of jotted down, like just for me that I didn't know. And I'm sure he's gonna answer pretty much everything, during the course of our conversation. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm blessed with the presence of Mr. Jason Johnson, man.
It's
What's
a
up,
pleasure.
man?
It's a pleasure, man.
Yes, man.
It's a, I look forward to this, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Even though, I was probably one of the first people we did
Yeah.
the first one a couple of years back.
Yeah.
We touched on a lot of the basketball things and, a lot of things that we have done in our community
hmm
to help or try to suffice the behaviors of what's going on
Right.
in the city of Waterbury, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's a blessing to be here.
For sure. Definitely. I'm gonna start off though. What got you into coaching and training?
Uh, well, my brother got me into coaching.
Okay.
Um, Training, I already had a passion for training.
Okay.
Did I myself like training? No,
hmm
but I had a passion for training. I mean, one, there's the different vices of training. Like, I like to look good
hmm
or keep myself in shape. But then basketball training, I found a passion. It's not a love for the training. It's a passion,
Passion.
right? So
Absolutely.
my passion is to see a kid develop. You know, and throughout my years of doing what I've been doing, I've encountered a lot of individuals, a lot of kids, my kids myself,
hmm
developing them, developing them to reach the potentials of where they're gonna go.
Got
Right.
you. hmm
So that's where I find myself doing now. That's all I do.
Yeah.
So
Is it hard uh coming up with routines? Like think about like when you had to train because you were playing. Is it hard coming up with routines that you got to put somebody else through, or easier because you kind of like went through the fire, so you know what to expect, how they should respond, given different routines or circuits you got them going through.
you want to know something that's funny, right? So I have this kid that comes to me weekly. And he said to me the other day, he said, "Hey, coach, man, do you come up with some of these things on the fly, or do you map this out every day?"
Do you map this out?
Yeah. So in the beginning stages of just learning how to train, it's good to skill and drill somebody, right?
Okay.
Um, and that's a great tool to get individuals going, right?
Mm-hmm.
But being that I ran a program at one point in time, which was probably one of the biggest programs in Waterbury, and then seeing my son develop to where he's at and the skills or just the mindset and the development that I put through him,
Yes.
I kind of use some of those stepping stools, right? So at first, yes, I did used to map it out like, oh, today I'm gonna go over ball handling.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I'll go over shooting. Tomorrow I'll go over footwork. Tomorrow I'll go over
Mm-hmm.
like this controlling the ball or controlling the atmosphere of the court, right?
Gotcha.
So now it's second nature to me, right? When someone comes in to me, they come see me. I do a full evaluation the first day,
Okay.
right? Um, and I give you the breakdowns. I see where your kid is lacking. I'm gonna tell you. So I don't want to use the word transparent because transparent is not always the correct word. But I'm just gonna be blunt.
Okay.
I've learned to be black and white,
Yes.
right? So there's no gray
Eliminate the gray
areas,
areas.
right?
Yes.
So I will tell you up front while you're watching, and I want all parents in the gym while we doing what we do. So I'll show you where your kid lacks at in his footwork, ball handling, form when they shooting, and then the development part, and then we come up with a plan.
Okay.
Right, I draw out a plan with the parents. Within my company now that I do, I have a list of things that I provide and the things that we offer.
Gotcha.
Right, so within the thing that we provide, I also like to provide the body structure, because some of the kids that come see you are not strong enough.
Okay.
They're probably not have the right nutrition, mindset, a lot of things like that. So then the development part comes when they come in the gym, and then we look to see, where they're not capable of learning.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's the greater part about it, and then we go from there. So
Wow.
if I'm on the same page with the parents and the kids, the development part becomes the easy part.
What's that feeling like when you get a kid that kind of like go through the system and you see the results of like the work that they're putting in, the dedication that they're putting in? Not so much mommy or daddy forcing, hey, you got to go train, you got to go here, but them wanting to, calling you maybe not on the off training day. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Should I do this? Or, just, you get those kids that's dialed in. What's that feeling like when you start to see the results of that work they're putting in?
Wow. The feeling that I get is I'm wild. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I'm a parent, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when you see a kid do something great, you just get them goosebumps and you feel it, right? It's crazy, E, because I just started back. I reopened the company back, right? The company never was down. I just took some time off, you know what I mean? Just to figure out myself and see where I want to go with this basketball thing.
Okay.
So I started back in, I want to say, right after we finished our grassroots season with my son. I had a group of kids that was on the basketball team that needed to be developed.
Okay.
Because I just seen the structure of basketball wasn't the same.
Okay.
I opened it up to the public. I opened it up to a lot of the females. I didn't never really train a lot of females, but I started opening to a lot of females. A lot of people used to ask me, hey, come, when you going to start training again, man? Come on, man. I need you to get my kids right. I started it the first week of August. I probably had about 6 clients.
6?
Right.
Okay.
Moving forward to today, we're in April. I have over 175 clients that want to deal with me.
Wow.
Right. So
that's a huge turnaround.
Yeah, that's a huge turnaround, right? So
wow.
Now when you talk about developing and seeing different aspects of kids coming in there, kids that's 12, 11, can't dribble, can't shoot, don't have a form, and the structure. I even have kids that come at 4 or 5 now, right? So I have a large base, and a lot of people ask, they want me, right? I have a great staff now of people that work alongside of me.
Okay.
But just to touch on what you said as coming in, I can give you about 15 kids right now that came in my gym, couldn't dribble, couldn't shoot.
Wow.
you would look and say, man, Jay, you wasting your time.
Wasting your time.
To be, they turned it around in a matter of 3 to 4 months with being consistent.
Gotcha.
Understand? Consistent. A lot of parents came, a lot of people seen, and then, a lot of parents want to ask questions about the money, right? Or when I'm going to see a difference in my child. And that's part of our structural plan when I sit down with the parents, right? Okay. The first thing I ask for, I don't care about the money. Do I want to make money? Yes, I do. Right. But the money is not what motivates me to train you. It's my passion to train you, right? Because if I could get you to do some things that you can't do, that's the greatest satisfaction. So I sit them down and I be very blunt with them. Mm-hmm. If you can't be consistent with me, I can't be consistent with you.
Got you. Wow.
Right?
Ooh, that's blunt too.
Right? So then they go, what you mean by that? I need your kid to be in the gym twice a week that's the minimum with me. If you're asking for me, it's the minimum. Now, the pricing, if you're paying for me, value me, right?
Gotcha.
So if you could go say every other weekend I could go buy a pair of Jordans or a pair of fresh shoes or do this, that for your kids, you're investing into something that your kid ain't going to benefit from in the long run.
Exactly.
If you want your kid to go to college for free, or you want your kid to participate in any of these programs that's going on, you have to be consistent and make that investment, right?
Yes.
So that's what my program preaches to them as far as 4Js, right? So if you're consistent twice a week, at least twice.
Okay.
Some may need 3, some may need 4, but if you're consistent twice a week, I can guarantee your kid in the next 3 to 4 weeks progress. And I'm standing on that.
Standing on that.
Right? Because I'm gonna give you my blood, sweat, and tears. Now, if you think I'm gonna do it for $10, $15, that's kind of
Right.
you know what I mean?
Well, you got to get paid for your time and the quality of skills that you're teaching them and you're instilling in them. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Yes.
You're not giving them $10 worth of information.
Correct. Right. Because now if I'm giving you the $10, right, and your kid don't get it, you're gonna talk bad about me, or some people might run to Facebook. They may, right?
Yeah.
I got testimonials of people saying, "Hey, listen, man, this guy is really what he said he's gonna do," right?
Yeah.
And also I'm instilling me, right?
Exactly.
If you know who I am, if you know how I played with passion. I got heart.
Yeah.
I want to be a dog. You know what I mean? So I'm giving your kid all of that, and the development to be successful at what we do. You know, a lot of individuals that come are referral based.
Okay.
Because they seen someone else come, and their kid developed, and they like, wow, he does it like that. Or some people are familiar with my son, and he's been off the radar for 6 years.
6 years.
Right? So
Okay.
no one really hasn't seen my son play at the level that he plays at. Because not that I kept him away from here, but his level of competition is not out here.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's not a knock on people in Connecticut, because there's a lot of great little young individuals that play basketball, but they don't know how to play basketball.
Got you. Okay.
So they got a good move, or they're the man on their team at that point, or they could score a layup or bucket. But the game of basketball is bigger. They don't know how to run sets. They don't know how to run a team. They don't know when or where to take a shot, when to take over the game. When to
know what sets are.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait to get deeper into this, because, I looked at high school basketball. I stayed away for a minute to come back to see the talent. And we have probably the most talent. Right?
Okay.
But we don't have a skill set. A lot of kids don't have IQ. You know what I'm saying? Their footwork is off. They want to do a move. I see a lot of people doing the right foot layup, and they can't even do a right hand, layup off the left foot to the right hand. And it's like, how you not be able to do the basics, but you could do a trick shot, right?
Trick shot.
Or you could do a step back or a side step, and you can't even do a 1-2. Get in. Do you know what a triple threat is?
Right.
Right? I was at a high school game, the playoffs.
Okay.
A couple of kids came up to me, hey, man, when can I get in the gym with you? So what I do now is, I touch their mental.
Okay.
And I say to the kids, I said, what's the 5 principles of basketball?
Okay.
Right? They look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, tell me what the 5 principles of basketball is, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a basketball player, you should know what the 5 principles of basketball is, right?
Right.
I'm shocked to say, man,
oh, man.
None of them knew what it was.
Wow. It's I don't know what it is. I think a gentleman that I spoke to, actually he was a legend on the seat too. Shout out to Tobe Harris. And we was talking. He was like, he He said today's basketball is like there's a bag of M&Ms. Yeah, he said M&Ms, flavorful M&Ms. They're all taste good, but there's not one that's like, that's exceptional. What flavor is that? It's like everybody's in the same bag, in the same area. Like you said, they nice, but there's nobody that's way up there.
It's not.
You know, like the way you, okay, all right, I see him, and then, all right, I see these. They're all kind of like right here.
Yeah.
They're all nice.
Yeah.
Need a little flavor, but they all nice.
Yeah.
And I think that's why when we look at our areas, like anybody can beat anybody.
Correct.
Because there's no, back in the day, you got some teams like, oh man, we just want to look good tonight because they're going to get us by 30. They got him, they got them, and they had the dogs.
Yes.
Oh, they got the dogs over there, let's just try to, do the best we can. But, but today it's like everybody is like, all right, you got a couple dogs over here, but they all right here, so anybody can win.
Anybody can win. So it's crazy you say that, right? So these kids don't play basketball. They play the player. If they think you're nice, they're giving you the ultimate respect, right? And then that kid that thinks he's nice is not even playing to his full potential. Right. He's thinking he's coasting, or he think he's in the NBA, and he's not. His work ethic stinks. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad part about basketball. You want to be cool. The cool guy is the person that works the hardest, right? And then the kids that work the hardest, that's not as talented, they don't get the sun. They don't get no sun. They don't get no shine. They don't get anything. They get pushed to the back of the bench, and that's the reason why. I'll pick it I'm put it on Front Street. If you look at the NVL this year,
okay,
who had the most talent in the NVL?
School-wise?
School-wise, just the most talent.
Oh man, I like Wilby's group.
That's number one. They had the most talent, right? Second team that had the most talent.
We not Holy Cross.
We ain't even talking about skills. We're not talking about any
talent.
Just the talent that's spread out in the city of Waterbury.
Talent.
Wilby's number one.
Holy Cross and Crosby.
Holy Cross and Crosby is tied for 2.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I've been pondering that because if you look at their dynamics and you look at the person's name, right? How the kids look at the person's name. They about 1 or 2, they tied.
Okay.
The third team.
The NVL, Waterbury NVL.
Yes.
The third team probably had oh wait, you got Career.
Career, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But Career is young.
They're young.
They're very young. So it's not to take away from their talent, but you got to put them a little bit in front of Woodland.
Okay.
Right? So what I say this to say, I had a conversation. We was just talking to some of the basketball guru guys out here, like my guy Silk, Kendrick Moore, and a couple other guys that reached the high levels of basketball. And we was just talking about it, like this basketball and where it's at and why, NVL. And when you look at it, right, and I say, great job for Devon Parker. He did a great job this year with the great group of kids that he had. All of them did, every coach. Great job, right? But I don't believe the coaches are putting in that right amount of time and effort into the kids. I get it. We only get a certain amount of 2 hours of practice or whatever. But in the CIAC rules, if I'm not mistaken, 3 years ago they put in that you should be able to, coaches could work all year around with the kids.
Okay.
Right? So if that's something that they're giving us, we got to utilize that.
Gotcha.
And that's what a lot of the outer scope teams at Hartford, the New Havens and all that, they're keeping the kids around. They're giving them things to do within the school and after the school. And they're getting them in the weight room. They're getting up shots. They're getting up this. They're just not letting the kids go home and try to figure it out in the rec leagues and all this other stuff and come back and hopefully they got good, right?
Right.
So I say what I was asking you about the talent. the best team in the NVL was Woodland.
Woodland, undefeated. Like
Right. Structure.
I like the way they played.
They had structure. They
Yeah.
had grit. Shout outs to John Knapp.
Yep.
He's one of our kids.
Yep, John Knapp.
James Campolini, he's one of our kids. The three brothers, I can't think of their name. The two twins and what's the name? They was part of our program, right? But that's something that we taught in our program, the structure.
Okay.
It's not always about how you scores, but how you can make your team better sometimes, right?
Right.
So that's why they was the best team in the NVL. It's no knock to them, but they have structure. And a lot of these other programs that's utilizing their teams like that is gonna always beat talent because hard work beats talent.
Got you. Got you. Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So when you look at the talent, we have a lot of talent.
Got you.
And our talent folds when our talent, if we can't make our shot or our body language is off because they practice that step side shot and they make it a couple of times without no defense.
No defense.
But when people's playing defense in front of you, you can't get it, right?
You can't get it off.
So I went and I was observant of a lot of things, and I was like, wow, we have so much talent, but we lack development and IQ. And a lot of these kids don't want to change. Okay. And then they're looking to try to go to college, or they're looking to do something to get into somewhere, right? But they're not taking the right steps.
Do you think that some of these kids can practice, but they're practicing bad habits that could have been nipped in the bud maybe at the middle school level?
Correct.
That way, by the time, or as they're growing into becoming a high school star or whatever, freshman year you're working on this, sophomore year you're working on that, as opposed to practicing old habits from 7th grade all the way up to now you're a junior. Now it's hard to break that when somebody comes in and says, "Oh, now your shot's wrong because you're doing this and you're doing that. You're spacing on the fingers on the ball, and the way you're positioned with your legs, you're not bending your knees enough." Yeah, but I just made my step back shot. No. That's not even a shot.
It's not.
Here's one. That was a travel in our day.
Exactly.
That was a travel.
Yes.
I just had this conversation. I'm like, yo, that was a travel. Some of the moves they're doing now, the Euro, the step back, those are all travel moves back when we came up. Mm-hmm. And a lot of players, think about it. Think about the level of efficiency that, people years ago had to play under, where it's almost like they're bending the rules, to look good, but you still got to have technique and skill.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So, what you just said. So, I don't want to keep referencing my son, but I do have to give him the level of props and respect, right?
Gotcha.
As much as I kept my son away from the stuff that he wanted to do versus what he asked me to do, because he asked me to get him where he wanted to go.
Okay.
So if you ask me to do something, I'm going to provide you with what you asked me to do. So I'm going to hold you accountable because you're going to hold me accountable if you don't reach certain things, right? So there's times that my son want to go play in rec leagues. He want to play open gym. He want to do this. And the first question I ask is, what are you going to gain from it? Right? When my son was in 6th grade, he was playing in a high school league out here. And I allowed him to play in the rec. I had my hands involved, so I was able to coach and see and develop. He was the best player out there.
Wow.
He was holding his own and doing what he want to high school kids.
He was in 6th grade.
At 6th grade.
Wow.
Then 7th grade, it got even worse. Then 8th grade, it got worse. So, he wanted to stay home and play. He wanted to go to the Holy Crosses. He wanted to stay home and get the shine and the praise and the, the love that we endured in what's name, right? Yeah. But it's also that same love comes with hate. Because a lot of people despise him because they think, oh, you too goody shoes. You a goody two shoes or this, that, and the third. It's like, nah, I work, right? Yeah. And then there's a handful of kids that wanted to follow him. But then it's like, if you want to follow him, you should follow what his blueprint is. You don't gotta follow him.
Yeah, follow the blueprint.
Follow the
Because your
blueprint.
path might be different.
Yes.
But follow if you see the work ethic. Well, he's doing this. Okay, how's he getting to that?
Correct, right? But it's funny, right? But you would go follow somebody that want to be a rapper or a shoot 'em up, bang bang kid that's from Waterbury, and now they in this gang violence. You want to follow that blueprint, and then you get stuck in something and just say, "I'm a shoulda, coulda, woulda." When if your goal was to play basketball or do something, you should have followed what that kid was doing.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it with me.
Right.
You can say, "Hey Jay, can I come sit in with one of your training or your practice?" Because not all the time did I train my son. I put him in different hands so he could get a different voice. You know what I'm saying? And but the voices mirrored everything that I said without me having to say it, because if what was true, it's gonna come from everybody the same way. It might come out a little different, but it's still gonna hit you where it's supposed to go. So that's the mindset I always put in my son, to separate yourself.
Quick question with that. Now, how do you manage the gray area when it's father and son? Because sometimes you got to be hard on them. And how do they, how do you keep them locked in or doubt? Is that when you tap into, all right, this is what I'm trying to get across to him? He'll listen to you more so he'll listen to me right now. Like, how do you keep that where, all right, you still dad?
Yes.
I'm training today. You still dad. You messed up. I'm getting on you behind, as my son, but I'm getting you behind like a trainer too. Like, how do you manage that?
The way I manage it now is, me and my son have a great relationship, man.
Yeah.
I love it. That's my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I call him my little second best friend or whatever. Besides, I got other children, so they all think he's my favorite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not that he's my favorite. He's just on a different journey and a different path. But in the beginning, I was rough.
Oh man.
I was rough. I was rough. We was fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might have did a drill where I know I could get a bump in and I hit him extra hard. Like, boom, knock him on the ground and help him up. But I'm angry because it's like, man, get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta give respect to my brother, man. He helped me through that. He helped me through it. Vic Cuevas.
Okay.
And Bryant Haran, man.
Yeah.
Those three guys, they got me through it, right? Because there's questions. You're always going to question yourself as a parent, right? Yeah. Am I doing the right things?
Yeah.
And like I just told you, my son has been traveling with this basketball thing since 6th grade.
Wow.
Traveling. I'm not talking about local, not no Spooky Nook. Spooky
Yeah.
Nook is not traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
So
right.
everybody that's out here, I'm telling you right now, Spooky Nook is not traveling. That's just an event. You know what I'm saying? That's where an event is held.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest events, places where you can hold a basketball tournament.
Okay.
But that kid been all over. You know what I'm saying? And to pull, not being his coach and not being his trainer, to be a parent and being on him during the game, after the game, and sometimes you could be too hard and people will misconstrue that you're living through that individual.
Okay.
Right?
Speak on that.
And that's not true.
Okay.
Real basketball players know, man. And you had a lot of great guys up here that played the basketball game like at great levels.
Yes.
And they would tell you, if they had a parent or a father in their life to push them the way that we push these kids now, that we try to push these kids,
they probably went a little bit further.
We probably would have went further. We would have had a lot more pros, right?
Yeah.
We got a lot of pros, but I'm talking about NBA guys, right?
Yep.
So I say all that to say, it was trials and tribulations. I see how my brother did with my nephew. Vic is my mentor. He helps me through a lot of things, and he helps me get level me out. And then Bryant helps me do the same thing. But I seen at one point Mustafa was God, right? So I seen how he dealt with him, and it was a strict regiment.
Okay.
Right? And then when you look at the regiment, it's for the greater good of the child, not me. Because if you get to where you get to, you succeeded.
Right.
We all gonna benefit, but
but you succeed.
You succeed, right? So the structure, And then one thing I asked Brian one day, and I felt like a little kid, right? So I said, Brian, man, how do you go back to being dad after being yelling, screaming? He was like, I give him some time,
Okay.
right? He was like, yo, after the end of the game, you don't have to talk about what he did. Give him time to process it because he know what he already did, and once you keep compounding that, he toned you out.
Okay.
So now you're
So
getting
now you
stressed
get
out.
mellow.
Yes.
You get mellow too. Like when you don't, you just wait. I'm
Yeah,
waiting for you.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
So I would say, truthfully, um, going into my son's 8th grade year of basketball, I had to learn to sit back and let him play. Just
Okay.
play the game. At the end of the game, he'd vent. That's when he started to learn how to vent. Because
Okay.
he wouldn't never say nothing to me. He'd hold it up.
Yeah.
He was waiting for me to tell him what he did wrong.
He's
And
waiting.
and kids don't distinguish when you tell them it's an oxymoron. I'm gonna tell you what you did good, but I'm gonna tell you everything you did bad.
Yeah.
So we could work on it. And I had to break that down to him one day and say, when I tell you the things that you did bad, it's so we could work on those. We don't have to work on what you already did good because
You got that.
Yeah, if we work on the things that you need to work on, and now use that word compound the things that you already do good, you don't have flaws in your game.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't show no weaknesses, but there's always gonna be a weakness. So, and then when I broke it down to him, and then I learned to be a father. So there's times after a game, even now, I don't call.
Yeah.
Right? I watch. Man, you could. Man, he just made a.
Yeah.
He calls and be like, "Yo, Dad, man, I had like 4 dumb turnovers or something. So what could you have done different, man?
Yeah.
You see the tone of voice is different. What could you have done different, man?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this. I ain't gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. So that's how I channel it now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a bit of advice for all these parents, moms and dads that's going through it. Just give them time to grieve and process it on what happened with them. And then go back and say, hey, let's sit down and watch this tape together, because some kids are visual.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Got you.
And say, hey, look, let's look at that. So look, when you made that move, what other options did you have? That's developing.
That's right.
Right? And a lot of these coaches say they watch film, but when you watch film, what are you watching in the film? Are you watching how you scored, or are you watching the scheme of the defense, or are you watching individuals? Because there's several different aspects of watching that film.
And you got to be able to break it down.
Because if I'm one-on-one with one of my players, we're going to watch what he's doing. We're going to watch the defensive schemes, but we're going to watch what he's doing.
Right.
Look at your footwork. Look at your body posture. Was you ready to shoot? How many seconds do you get to when you touch that ball to make a decision? A lot of kids don't know that either, right? A lot of coaches don't know that. But if you dive deep into basketball, you got 3, maybe 4 seconds to make a decision.
Yeah.
Right? Either you're going to shoot, dribble, pass, or you're going to reset that offense. Correct? So there's not a lot of time. There's a shot clock.
Now it's a shot clock.
Right?
No, it's a shot clock and a 24-second clock too now.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So when we breaking film down, that's how you break it down. How many paint touches did you get just today? Because if you get into the paint, you broke the first line of defense, which, I try to tell the kids, the first line of defense is like playing chess.
Okay.
Your pawns are valuable, right? But the key to everything is what's behind that pawn.
What's behind it?
Right? So if I get past that first line of defense, you have to focus on that secondary defense. So if I touch that paint, how many options I got off that paint?
Right.
And you only got 3 seconds in the paint too, right? So see how that 3 seconds correlates to a lot of things in basketball. So if I touch the paint, I should know if that guy's open here, because either he's overplaying, this person's here, I can step through, get a layup, I got this person, I got an overhand, look back this way. I have a lot of options off of that. And that's how you develop kids, to teach them that in the game.
Yeah.
Not only could you just talk about it before or after, you have to teach them that in the game and say, look, try it. So now when you go see your trainer, hey, let's work on this. Don't keep giving me skills drills and this, because once I get here How can I get to my 1-2 to pull up?
Right.
How can I get that shovel hand pass? How can I work on my defensive slides while I'm doing my offensive drills? See, that's development.
And that plays into instinct.
Yes.
You become instinctual to, okay, you already know. Like, you're not getting out there freezing.
Yes, and that's what a lot of kids do. E.
You get out there and freeze.
They freeze, like the lights just got brighter.
Yeah.
Holy moly! But that's the thing, that's a part of development, because you remember, if you're not playing without refs, a lot of kids don't care what they do. They're gonna get away with a few travels, a few fouls, and a few arguments. When the lights come on, these kids nowadays turn into referees and coaches instead of playing basketball.
Right. Right.
Right?
Right.
But now you take the ref away, now you're a basketball player. That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's part of developing.
Wow. Now, excuse me. Now, you've been, like, even just like listening to how you breaking that all down, and when you get into, like, with your training, and now is there a strategy when your kid is picking schools, or when you say, okay, we're gonna play in this league, or we're gonna play in that league, we're gonna play in this system? What's the thought process when you're choosing what direction that your son plays, or anyone that's in your circuit that you train?
So, I could touch.
I just said your son because
Yeah, I could touch on a various amount of them, right? So,
Okay.
within our program now, we have a lot of kids that's looking to want to go prep.
Okay.
Right? And I've been helping. I helped several of our kids get into prep schools and make the right decision for them, right?
Okay.
Because it's all about them.
Right.
There's a million prep schools, and if you have the finances to pay for it, kudos, right? But you want to go where you're going to play, where you're going to fit in, and you're going to learn.
Got you.
So our motto at Locked In is, we are going to put you in the best situation possible. And remember, I'm going to go back to being black and white again. If there's levels to prep school.
Okay. Okay.
So listen up, individuals, and everybody listen.
Okay.
There's levels.
There's levels to this.
Right? There's the highest level of prep basketball right now is Power 5.
Power 5?
Because they're more independent.
Okay.
Right? That's the Putnams, that's the Summer Brewster national teams,
Okay.
the Mount Verdes, and those are the big names that everybody see. They see the Cooper Flags, they see all these people, right? The Prolifics and things like that. So that's the highest, right? Because they deem that the highest, because those are a lot of 4 or 5 star athletes.
Got you.
And then there's Knapsack. And then there's
Knapsack.
other, so Knapsack is in the New England.
Okay.
There's other prep schools out in Midwest and all that other stuff, but basically it's Knapsack, AAA, and AAA is deemed a little bit of Power 5.
Power 5. Okay.
Right? There's not too many AAA out here anymore, but then there's AA.
Okay.
So AA right now is if you're looking at just going to prep school and your kid is not a 5-star, but he can play at that level.
Okay.
Because everybody can't be a star.
Right. Right.
And that sucks, because there's a lot of great kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's Knapsack AA. That's the highest in Knapsack right now.
Without being considered Power 5.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's Knapsack A.
Okay.
And then there's Knapsack B. Then there's Knapsack C. So kind of Knapsack C is like CIAC basketball.
Okay.
And I'm not knocking CIAC, but our level of basketball playing CIAC is not great.
Right.
It's like kind of parochial school basketball, because the way they break it down, they want to keep everybody the same. You know what I'm saying? But like I said earlier, a lot of these coaches in the CIAC is not exercising their leverage to make these kids better. So what they're doing is they're pushing these people to help create, quote unquote, and I'm gonna say AAU programs or AAU teams, to develop the kid and then bring the kid back to their school And where it's supposed to be the other way around. You develop in school so you can showcase yourself on the circuit or the AAU programs.
As you dive into that, could you explain to our listeners the grassroots?
Grassroots, yes. So kind of like knapsack.
Okay.
Like when you talk about prep school, then you're talking about knapsack. Grassroots is the highest level of AAU basketball you could go to.
Grassroots.
So when I say grassroots, and everybody listen up, AAU is an umbrella that has a lot of facets on it. So you have AAU, right?
Yep.
It's grassroots. Then there's AAU.
Okay.
So the best way to break it down is grassroots. Then you have, if I break it down in layman's terms, like zero gravity, vertical hoops.
Okay.
All these things that give you minimal exposure. That's in Connecticut or some of what New England.
Okay.
That's a different level of AAU.
Okay.
Grassroots is the top. So it's like the NBA.
That's under. So that's grassroots, and then those are under grassroots. Okay.
And then you got your fall ball or your what they call it, travel ball.
Travel ball.
Because travel ball is considered under AAU basketball, right?
Okay. Is that with all the EYBL?
No, EYBL is grassroots.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll break that down to you now. If you're a grassroots basketball player, you're going to be playing on a circuit. So it varies nowadays.
Okay.
So EYBL is Nike. Everybody loves Nike. So they still going to always put that at the top. So it's EYBL, Puma, Super 16.
Okay.
Right? Then you got Adidas. So those both could teeter back and forth.
Okay.
Right? Adidas 3 stripes. And then you have Under Armour.
Okay.
Right? And Under Armour is losing a lot of their push. I don't know why, but it's just kind of rough, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Made Hoops. Right?
I see a lot of it made.
But what people got to understand too, is Made Hoops is not what Made Hoops was. I kind of want everybody to really tap in and listen, right? And the guys that went through it and the guys that's just getting out of college and people that played in this, Made Hoops started off as League 6, 7, and 8 before they even had the name Made Hoops, right? So that was a circuit.
Okay.
Now there's Made Hoops everything. And some kids out here chase that name because they want that tag on their shirt, right? They want to go buy the merch or they want to buy this, right? So when some of these programs are telling kids, we're on the Made Hoops circuit, stop telling them that.
Okay.
You might be in a Made Hoops tournament, but if you on a circuit, the circuit goes, you got one stop, right? And that one stop, the first stop used to be in Texas when Made Hoops came. It used to be in Texas.
Okay.
Right? And then you'll go over to Memphis. Then you coming back over here.
Gotcha.
And then you might end up in Jersey, you might end up at Spooky, you might end up somewhere else, right?
Yep.
So when people be like, yeah, I'm playing in Made Hoops, but I'm going to Spooky Nook this weekend. We playing in the Made Hoops circuit. and they come give you this name. I'm playing in the Made Hoops Circuit Mania. They just told you what it was. It's not a circuit because it don't say circuit. We playing in Made Hoops. Yeah. All you're going to do is get a T-shirt and say you won a championship. But that's a marketing tool that Made Hoops use to sell their merch, to give you a little bit of exposure. Yes.
The Made Hoops name.
Right. And give you a little bit of exposure. If you're on a circuit, you're playing at, there's a minimum amount of teams that's there.
Wow. On the circuit.
On the circuit.
Gotcha.
Okay. You don't have, okay, I'll give you an example. 2 weeks ago, we went to A game.
Okay.
That's the kickoff. This tournament is every single year at the same time, same venue. And A game is big.
Okay.
A game is where you come to see where you are at with your program. Right? Because I keep telling everyone, we have 12 different AAU programs in the city of Waterbury.
It's 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
and still growing, right? And all these kids are saying, yeah, 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 yeah. We down there. I ain't seen nobody that was down there that's supposed to be there. This is where you measure
Where you at?
where you at. And there's a bunch of teams. So you can see where you at. And it starts from 3rd grade on up.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Kudos to me, right? We won the 4th grade division.
Okay.
I won the championship.
Shout out.
But I'm saying to say this, right? So we went to that because we wanted to show some of these kids that come from PAL or all these other programs that there's different levels of basketball.
Different levels.
Our middle school did pretty good. We lost in the semifinals, and that showed the kids that not that you're not as good as them.
Yeah.
You got some work to do. And that's where you see your level of where you can start to help develop these kids.
Got you.
Right?
Got you.
So moving forward, last weekend we was down at MSCS.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know what that is. That's the Middle School Championship Series. So that's the second kickoff to where if you are a circuit team or you a high-level grassroots team, your team is at that tournament.
Oh, is that what we seen? Like a lot of the JJ and
yes,
Rondo's son?
Yes.
Playing in that?
Yes.
Oh, is that where they get part of their rankings from?
Yes.
Playing those circuits like that?
Exactly.
Got you.
Right?
Okay.
And JJ could contest to that. We was down there. JJ was one of our guys, right?
Wow.
And like I told you when we was talking a little earlier, we don't tag the kid and say that's our guy, but he played with us.
Okay.
Right? He played with us for 2 years. He did very well, man. That kid is, and that kid is very, very good. He's very talented, man. And like it's sky's the limit for him, right?
Okay.
He has a great cast of people that's supporting him now, and doing the things that putting him in the right situation, teaching him separation. Right?
Exactly.
Because we talked. He was down there, and so we down there. And I reached out to a couple of people. And they like, yo, where you at? I'm like, we down here at the MSCS. I'm like, where you at? Oh, we up in Massachusetts. We at Made Hoops. So I'm like, how you at Made Hoops where everybody's here? This is showcasing.
You supposed to be here.
Yeah, JJ and them won it. Right? Yeah. Lightning them won it.
Yeah. And they out of New York.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They won it. But that's where everybody's at. So then when and people get, I don't say they get mad or upset, but they think, oh, you think you're too good. No, I'm just being honest with you. Like, if you want your kid to be where you want them to be, these are the things that where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
This is grassroots. Yeah. That Made Hoops things, that's good. It's a showcase for the kids that want to see what it is, but it's a flagship. It's something for, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You didn't gain nothing from being up there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the difference when we talk about this AAU thing. And I was talking to you about like when Fox was up here. Fox is, you know what I mean? He was with the Winds. So Fox would tell you when you with a sponsored program, you're flying out.
You're flying out.
You know what I'm saying? You in different states. You're not going to the Spooky Nook, right?
Yeah.
And it's like crazy. So I don't want to brag and boast a lot about what we're doing, but our first high school tournament is in Detroit. We are locked in as a sponsored team. We don't brag and boast about it in the world because we don't want people just to keep coming and don't have any means of wanting to get better. Or if they not putting in enough work to try to push it back on the program and things like that. So,
right. So, I ain't learned nothing. Nah, but did you put the work in?
Yes. we, not that we're selective because we open the doors. We open up trials to everybody else. And lately, it's funny because me and my brother laugh about it. We talking. We put it out there. We've been blasting it. And we don't get a lot of Waterbury love. We don't even get a lot of Waterbury kids.
Really?
Our rosters are made up of surrounding towns, Danbury, New Haven, Hartford, New York, Mass, Rhode Island. Kids coming down with us. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And it was like, you would think,
home team. You know what I mean? And you guys are easy to tap into. Hey Jay, I'm gonna bring my son. Can you try out? Or
right? And I don't know if it's the expectations of what you think we're gonna do with them or what it is. And I'm gonna touch on one more other thing so that everybody will understand this. When you become a circuit team and you run a real life program, you have to have different levels of teams.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have like an A team.
Oh, you gotta have different levels.
Yes.
Okay.
So we run our program from 3rd grade all the way to high school, and we have multiple teams. So we have like a A team for 17s.
Okay.
We have a B team. We have a B team for our 16s and an A team.
Okay.
We got an A team for, you get what I'm saying? Because it's developmental, right?
Yeah.
And we keep them closer to home. We give them the teams and let them run around and go to the AAU stuff that people saying that is the circuit stuff. No, it's not. It's developmental.
Developmental.
Right? Because we don't want the parent coming. It's not a pay to play with us. Understand what I'm saying? Do we charge? Yes. I'm not going to say that we don't charge. We don't charge $1,000. I'm letting y'all know that now.
Right.
We don't charge $1,000. We don't charge all that crazy amount of money. We charge enough for the parent to have some skin in the game and some type of loyalty to us, right? Okay. Like I just told you, our first tournament we are going to is in Detroit. Our second tournament is in Texas.
Y'all traveling.
Right? Yes. Yes. Wow. We outside.
Y'all outside.
Right?
Wow.
We don't have one of the top middle school programs and one of the top high school programs because we close doors. We travel. We outside.
Wow.
Right? We didn't get invited to the Kyrie Irving first year because we was a team that came out of Connecticut. We've been putting in that legwork. Wow. You know what I mean? My brother been doing this for over 25 something years, right?
Yeah. We
still rep this Connecticut Select name, but we just had to rebrand it because it wasn't an origin anymore.
Okay.
But still under the umbrella of what it is,
yeah.
We select, right? And shout outs to Wayne and Mark Robb and all them. Mark Robb run CT Focus, him and T-Lot and all them. But the things is, that was our whole nucleus.
Gotcha.
We just, our things that, they do what they do, we do what we do. They, they running a good program over there for what they doing.
Yeah.
It's just touching on the basis of like all these other programs that's outside doing, they're starting up programs and calling themselves CT something, CT this, CT that, CT that, CT that, and they watering down our basketball.
It's something like when we was off camera that you said that kind of, had me thinking like, wow, and I didn't even know it when you was like, it's uniformed when you're playing on a circuit level as opposed to.
Oh, yes.
When you, it's like, wait a minute.
So, boom, let me break it down to y'all. Understand this and hear me closely. I'm getting closer to the mic so y'all can understand this. When you're a grassroots team and you're a circuit team, you have to be a USAB certified coach. I'm saying it again, a USAB certified coach. That has nothing to do with you, Connecticut. Nothing. You have to be certified. Then you have to go through the BBC National NCAA Clearance House. Because if you're taking your kids to live period, see, a lot of people don't even know about live periods. These programs saying that they putting their kids in situations to be successful to go to college, they're not even going to live period. Do y'all know what live period is?
That when the coaches can come?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
So you have to have on a polo.
Ooh.
You have to have on your khakis.
Uh-oh.
And if you're a sponsored team, you have to be decked down all the way to the T. It's no more Nike Tech, any type of sweatsuit. You get what I'm saying? You have to be down to it. You can't even wear a hat on the sideline.
Can't wear a hat on the sideline?
Everything is professional, just like college.
Wow.
In the NBA, you have to be uniformed.
That's crazy. But who knew that?
A lot of these people don't because they selling a product.
Okay.
And they're not doing their research.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's why when we talked and we was like, yo, I want to reach out to just inform y'all. This is not me trying to bash anybody, man. Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm just trying to help you. And if you listen to the message, I'm trying to help you, right? Because
For sure.
the amount of stuff that we got going on out here, if some of these teams started to make developmental leagues out here, you don't have to do an AAU program, and you still can charge what you want to charge,
Yeah.
but provide them with a service because you already got the gyms, you have the outsources, you have the researchers or the resources, and what we touched about, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to maximize on your dollar, you could say, hey, give me $3,000 for the year, right?
Exactly.
And this is what I'm going to provide your son with. I'm going to give him 2 to 3 games a week. We're going to go training. I'm going to give him nutrition. I'm going to give him education. He has somewhere to go every day, and he's going to develop so that he's ready to go out here and play on these grassroots circuits.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Because, I'm going to be honest with you, there's a couple of kids we brought out there, and it was shell shock. It's shell shock, and these kids looking at us, and now then we tell, it's like, I told you. So you thought you was ready, right? So with us, and it alleviate the stress from the parent looking at you like, my son need to play because I gave you $1,200 to play, right? Yeah, you gave me $1,200 to play. It's a catch-22. Either I'm going to keep him on my team or I'm not. If I don't keep him on my team, you're going to tell me my team is some bull crap.
Right.
If I pick him up on my team and he gets 1 or 2 minutes and then I put him in the game and you're watching, are you blind?
Yeah. You see what's happening?
You seen what's happening?
You turn into breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. And then you still want me to change and do something. That's where it comes back to when I say training. Invest into that kid the right way.
Right way.
And then we could start talking about it. Like if like a lot of these people inside Waterbury, I only could talk about what's happening in Waterbury.
Okay.
If Waterbury developed a developmental league, it would take away from us sending our kids to Pale, our sending us kids to East Mountain, because they're not teaching our kids basketball. They're teaching them how to be equal to someone else that already has a spoon-fed thing that's going to get, when they don't even have to go to college.
Teach them how to play well with others.
Yes, there you go.
Play well with others.
Hey, share your stuff, right? And that's where people got to start to understand, because we could develop our community or our basketball culture back now.
Right.
I'm not saying it's too late for our juniors, but the sophomores on down, and we started that community of a developmental league, and this is where I was going with it. And me and Aunt Ireland had goals on trying to do this back in 2017, is developing leagues like that so these kids could get development and understand basketball.
Understand it.
And our basketball will be back to where it's at, and we can start putting kids in college.
Yeah.
So think about this. I want to take it back to last year. Everybody has the goals to go Division I.
Okay.
How many kids went Division I last year from NVL?
1. Maybe?
1, right?
Yeah.
And that's Elijah.
Elijah Parker. Shout out to Elijah Parker.
Yes. Gunny, he's in college. He's doing very well at a Division III prestige school. Yeah. Very well, right? It doesn't determine how good he is or whatever. Yeah. That kid is a Division II kid. But the thing is, he wasn't developed at the time to be able to be in the position that he's in, because it's positionless basketball, but coaches are looking for him to be a point guard when he was a shooter. Right? Yeah. But now, since he's been to school and his work ethic the last 2 years with us and where he's at now,
it's able to come together.
It came together, and look what he did. And he's fighting the fire and adversity. And he told me, he called me, Coach, man, I'm going back for 1 more year to prove, and then I'm going to hit the portal because I'm going to show everybody, right? Because if you don't know better, you can't do better.
You can't do better.
Understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying it was a late approach to it. It wasn't that. But we all watch social media, and we run to where we think is what's good. And you shy away from what things when people is being black and white with you because you think they're either selling you something or doing you something wrong or doing you disjustice. Right? So then fast forward to this year. How many kids we got going to college this year? I'll wait. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't knock what school or what level of school you go to, because Division I is not the end all. And you could go Division I and not go pro.
You can go Division. Most people go Division I, don't go pro.
Exactly.
Most.
You get what I'm saying? So, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? But how many kids in the NVL is going to school?
For our listeners, what's the difference between an offer and what is it? Recognition or notice?
Interest. Okay, cool. Please understand this. Please understand this, everyone. If you're not a 4-star, 5-star athlete,
okay,
you don't have offers. You have high interest.
High interest.
Right? Because you talk to a coach and a coach reach out to you and they say, "Hey, this is what the coaches is going to say to you. They're going to reach out, "Hey, how you doing today? This is Coach such. This is, I'm from this institution. I'm very interested in you. I have you on my radar.
Yeah.
You're on my board. You're on my bulletin board. You know what I mean? Keep working. Keep doing what you do. I want to extend a offer to you. A high extent. Well, it's an interest. I want to extend an interest to you.
Right? A heavy interest in you.
Yes, I'm heavily interested in you. Right? If you have an offer is totally different, right? The offer is coming with, "Hey, listen, man, we need you. We want you down here. You know what I mean? This is what we got to offer. This is, this is what your bag is going to be, right? This is what your purse is going to be. You know what I mean? We need you, right? So I'm going to say this. A lot of kids look on social media and they see a lot of kids posting all these offers. They got Duke, they got this, they got this, they got that, they got this. If you got Duke, UConn, all these other schools on your offer list, you said offer and you didn't accept not one of them?
Not one?
You're lying.
Nobody's waiting. Nobody playing with offers.
Nobody's playing with offers nowadays. You got transfer portal, you got junior college, you got dudes that's in Division II that should be Division I that couldn't get it because those two succeeded that. You got kids that's triple reclassing, correct? So you're not going to accept an offer right now if Duke came knocking on your door? If Duke was the only person that knocked on my door tomorrow, my son is taking that.
Let's go.
I don't care if they say, yes, we signing now. We committing now.
Now.
Right? So I'm saying to say this is because my son is going through this now.
Okay.
Right? Jace has always been a 3-star athlete, teetering on a 4-star. I'm going to be honest with you. His freshman year, he averaged 36 points.
36, his freshman year?
Yeah, on the AAU circuit, on the grassroots circuit. If you don't believe me, you can research that yourself. Matter of fact, go to my page under Jacob Johns 20 at Gmail. You'll see it. It's not that we posted. This kid averaged 36 points on that circuit.
Wow.
Last year, he averaged 27.
Wow.
On all the major circuits. It's out there. It's nothing that we did. It's not, he puts in the work, but this is the stuff. I can't forge that. I can't make that up. I didn't make the video.
Yeah.
And if you want to look at the comments and you want to look at whatever, it's nothing came from me. It came from where he was playing at, right?
Playing that.
And the thing is, the reason why that they never gave him the 4-star is, and I'm gonna take some blame of it, is because he's been away. He's been in prep. If I kept him in a regular school where he came home and he was averaging 40 here, yeah, he would have did that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I wanted to teach him discipline, but he's stable.
Got you.
Right? So now he has a boatload of interest.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And this is exclusive. The number 1 school on his list right now that's highly interested in my son. And they stay in contact with us is, UCF.
UCF?
Yeah, and that's a Power 5.
Wow.
So for all of y'all that think my son ain't got something going on, he got UCF, Old Dominion, UTEP, Boston College, University of Detroit. Two other schools just reached out to him in the last couple of days. You know what I'm saying? They're mid majors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that we're not looking at them.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
mid major, you still could work hard to get where you got to get to.
Exactly.
But that's just a little handful that I want y'all to know.
Wow, that's an exclusive.
You get what I'm saying? So for y'all that think that Jace might not, Jace is doing very well. You understand what I'm saying? But those are highly interesting because no one came. And this year I was hoping that someone that said, hey, boom.
Yeah.
This is we offering you now what's going to take it, because we had that conversation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to start taking our visits and see what's out there and explore it and get ready for this season coming up. Because, like I said, we take off in Detroit. I feel he's going to do very well on that. What's the name? But like I said, I'm hoping that UCF really comes through on that. Because I'll take that.
Wow.
I'll take that for him.
Now, did you ever, in your journey, like with Jace, did you ever, like, feel like, daggone, if I would have kept him in the city, maybe he could have had a chance to get 1,000, maybe 2,000, maybe a Billy Finn? Did you think of any of the local accolades that he probably could have got playing locally? Or, like, how was you able to kind of like, this is bigger than that? How did you, like, funnel that out?
I felt that way this year, E.
This year?
I felt that way this year, right? The reason why I felt that way this year is because a lot of his friends or, associates and people that been around him as he's been growing up, they all reached their pinnacles of getting 1,000 points and this and the third. So what I did was I reached out, me and him, like I said, we talked, man. Mm-hmm. That's my little best friend. And I let him know, like, I scored 1,000 points. Mm-hmm. All these people I could show you right now inside of Waterbury scored 1,000 points. Mm-hmm. Some scored 2,000 points. Some did a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And look where we at. We still right here, right? So is that a milestone that you want to reach? Yes. Mm-hmm. A little stat line for my son. As a freshman, he averaged 10.5 points in the knapsack AA, which, like I told you, was the highest. Yep. Last year, he averaged 10.5. Okay. So he's consistent. This year, he started off at 12.5. He finished at 11, 6, and 3. You know what I'm saying? So every year, he's growing as a person. Yes. And if you want to do your numbers, he already reached 1,000 points. But it's not about stats with us. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have stats. It's good to have memorabilia. Yeah. But our goal is to reach where you want to get to. Because now that means if you reach that means you're going to start settling somewhere. Got you. You get what I'm saying? So I just try to keep them grounded and level-headed, because if you only want to reach certain things, you're never going to reach for where you got to get to. Exactly. Because we all been down that line. Yeah. And like I said, he has a great supporting cast. And like I said, a lot of guys reach out to me. A lot of guys, I don't know if they really care to know, but a lot of people reach out to me and say, wondering what's going on, how he's doing this and the third. Yeah, definitely. So that's that's dope, man, and that's good to hear too. You know what I mean? That because when you don't see someone, you wonder, are they even still playing ball? Do they still have the heart? Or the desire to get better? Everybody speculates when they don't see anything. Exactly. They ain't even playing. You don't even see nothing. Like exactly. But you know what, E? One thing I will say, because that's what my son used to call home and be like, man, Dad, man, that's why I should have. So just touch on, that's why I said I felt like I should have did it, because he wanted that love. He wanted the love from Connecticut, because he see, Abdul. That's one of his guys. He played along Abdul. He played along Landon used to play with on Lightning with him. Landon Kreger. So those are the only two kids right now in the state of Connecticut that's going Division I. And you see, Landon took that offer from Sacred Heart because it was an offer.
He took it.
I'm taking it. If that's my first, I'm taking it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Abdul had options. Okay. He's a 5-star athlete. Those are different options. Yeah. He had the UConn. You seen UConn coach come down. Yeah. You seen Calipari come down. So he had the chance he had a bidding war. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference between interest and offers. When somebody's bidding for you and coaches is coming out here to see you and to physically put their eyes on you and sitting down with mom and dad in your living room and say, hey, you remember when Ed used to have Calhoun and all them come down? You know what I'm saying? So... Calhoun's in our practice, right? So you see that. That's offers Those ain't interests. Those are I need you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between the offers and interest, and then the difference of everything that's going on in this basketball dynamics.
Wow. Wow. Nah, that's crazy. And it's so true. You know what I mean? One of the things that people question about, they say it's a big thing now is like reclass. What are some of the pros and cons when one is thinking about reclassifying, or one that probably just done it and they don't know if man, I don't know if I did the right thing, or I'm confident, yeah, this is the right move. Is it for everyone? What are some things one should know before they go down that road, or to consider?
So I'm gonna give y'all another exclusive. You know what I mean? We about to hold. I'm about to start hosting a couple of things. I'm in works with a couple of these companies right now that want me to start running these seminars on teaching individuals out here, because Connecticut is behind the 8 ball with reclassifying.
They're behind.
Yeah, we're totally behind.
Okay.
Like I told you earlier, we're Connecticut kids. Excuse me. Help a lot of Mass, New York, New Jersey teams flourish because our skill sets. Some kids that come out of Connecticut skill sets are just good.
Okay.
But we never get our shine. Right? So I don't want to go diving down that road. I want to stick to what you're saying of reclassing. So when you reclass, right, there's a lot of things that come in with reclassing, right? First of all of our kids are behind because we started school super early. Right? So back down a few years ago, and I remember like yesterday, we was down in North Carolina and we was playing in the USA AAU National Championship, and we ran up against a team that was supposed to be a 5th grade team, and they had kids taller than us.
A 5th grade team?
Oh man, yes, they was giants. They was grown ass men. They was grown. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, you thinking 5th grade,
right?
5th grade, you know more than 10 or 11.
Right.
These dudes was legit 10 and 11. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Some of our kids was 12.
Wow.
And we like, man, you 11 or 12, and skyrocketed, right? It was a different height, different everything, different body structure.
Yeah.
So when reclass came into play, a lot of people use it for basketball.
Okay.
Should everyone use it for basketball? No. If you're not gifted, or I don't want to use them words. If you're not treading to that area where you're gonna
You say exceptional?
Yes,
it's like an exceptional athlete.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not good to reclass, right?
Okay.
But if you want your kid to be successful at what they're doing, what sport it is, you have to look at the growth of the kid, the mindset of the kid, and you can't say if the kid's gonna give up or not, because we don't know that. That's God's plan.
We don't know that.
But if you're gonna reclass your kid, reclassification supposed to start in middle school. You can start it in the grammar school. Remember, we stayed back in first, 5th grade. Yeah. They called it staying back.
Yeah.
Nowadays, these schools is pushing kids out, right? You can hold your kid back because they're not learning at a certain rate.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, this basketball or that sport is going to stop. So you need your kid to be educated enough, right? So education should be your first thought.
Gotcha.
Your kid's growth, meaning their body structure, their mindset, how are they grow as a person.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then sports. Understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so sports is last.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So some people are doing it for sports. They're going down differently. So now they're putting a cap, and they're starting to. A lot of these schools are stopping you from reclassing. So, if you was in public school, you could transfer to a private school and redo that year over.
Okay, if you was in public school.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why it's supposed to be done in middle school. If you're in high school, you only have 4 years in high school to play basketball. Unless you go prep, and that's your 5th year, right?
5th year.
So this is what people don't know either. If you in prep school, you can reclassify as a junior. Your last year of reclassifying is your junior year. As long as you're not turning 21 before your post grad year. So if you're, say you go to, because like I said, we're young. If you, some kids are going to school at 14 and they're freshmen, 15 as a sophomore, 16 as a junior. So now 17 as a senior, 18, you get out of school at 18, you don't got nothing to do. Especially if you ain't going to college, right? You barely could get a job.
Right. You ain't grown.
You ain't grown either, right?
Yeah.
So now they're allowing it, and they're trying to put a cap on that too. But there's a rule that's called the Mike Trimboli rule.
Mike Trimboli.
Yeah. You know the Trimboli's from
Trimboli, yeah.
Mike was the reason why they put this rule in place because when Mike did it, Mike was coming to the age of
21.
Yeah, to get from reclassing to being post grad. So he had to go to court. He had to fight for this, and they granted it to him.
Wow.
And then he won, and that's why it's the Mike Trimboli rule.
Wow.
Right? That's my man. I talk to Mike a lot, but they put that rule in play because there's kids right now that's triple reclass.
Now, how do you? Okay, so that if someone triple reclass, that means they did it in middle school a couple times.
They did it once in middle school. Now they're doing it twice in high school, or they probably doing it 3 times in high school right now because what they're doing is, say if you were class of 2025. Okay. But your body's not ready, your recruitment wasn't ready, you didn't have the right what's the name, you could reclass because you was a junior or senior and you didn't want to use your post-grad year yet. So I've kicked my year back.
Okay.
So now I'm going to say I'm a class of 2026. Now you go back and you play this year.
Okay.
Right? And you don't get the stuff that you want then. You got better, but you ain't getting what you want.
Gotcha.
Now there's a kid now you triple reclass and say now I'm a class of 2027.
Wow.
Right? But that's a marketing and that's a marketing utensil because now if I get an offer, I can leave. So kind of what like Cooper Flagg did. Okay. He reclassed. He got what he was going to get. He signed with Duke. He signed that. He reclassed up and went to school. Same thing AJ DeBias did to Banta. Reclassed because he had to get physically strong enough.
Got you.
Right? These are kids that's #1 draft picks. You know. Yeah. So I gotta get in the weight room. I gotta get this. Their regiment changes. They're reclassed. They're still doing the proper schoolwork. They're just using that year to grow, and they're playing. And once they get what they gotta get, you could reclass back up.
So let me ask you this: can you? Do you have to be in a public school, or do you have to be like signed into a school? Like, can you get homeschooled in reclass or no?
So now they are allowing some homeschools, but you got to be accredited. That homeschool, your homeschooling has to be accredited with an institution.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Unless you're not, if you're in grammar school.
So that means like the teacher of the parent or whoever is coming in got to be associated with.
No. So if you homeschooling, you the teacher. They giving you the curriculum.
Oh, and I gotta.
You got to do it. Yeah, you got to implement that. Because you homeschooling.
Yeah.
That's just like if you're in grammar school. There's kids right now that's not in regular school. They're being homeschooled by their parents. They're getting work from Wallace, or they're getting school. You know what I mean? They're getting the schoolwork from the institution, and the institution is giving you a curriculum, and you're providing that child with the curriculum because you got to teach them.
Got you.
Right? Some people just don't. You know, some people don't like the engagement with their kids dealing with other people.
Yeah.
The reclassification that we're talking about is you have to reclass certain kids. Like, so if you're homeschooling right now and you're a reclass kid, you are technically you should not been able to reclass if you graduated your 8th grade year. Okay. To redo your 8th grade year, you should. That's
right.
How you gonna get 2 8th grade diplomas?
Right. That was gonna be my next one. Like, what if you how does it pertain to your grades? Like, do you have to kind of like flunk off, or like what is that?
No. So if if you look at the dynamics of our school, some kids go to school and they just sit in class, they attentive to the teacher, and they do their work and they test very well. And some of these teachers give kids really good grades
Mm-hmm.
because of who the kid is,
Yeah.
right? That don't mean your kid is learning.
Mm.
So if you don't feel that your kid is learning at the capacity of where you need to go, at the time of when reclassing first started, it was a lot easier for you to go say, hey, listen, I'm gonna put my son in a smaller classroom setting, which is now you're taking them from 32 kids in the classroom and you're putting them into a private school where there's 10 to 12 kids.
10, 12 kids.
Right? So now your learning capacity changes.
Okay.
The kid has to be a little bit more attentive, and it's a more one-on-one
One-on-one
situations, and I got room to ask questions. I want to build my confidence up because I didn't want to ask because that it's a cute girl in my class and she might think I'm stupid.
Dumb.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's how that's some of the things that reclassification was for that. That's why I said education, self-esteem, you building your body, you building your mind, you building everything else, and then your sports.
Okay.
Now, if you're that good at sports, yes, it's gonna all triculate down to the same thing.
Okay.
Get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's how it goes.
So it need now. Now that's a parent having foresight.
Yes.
Being able to really evaluate your kid, but also it sounds like it takes some kid involvement too.
Yes.
Like, hey, I'm buying into this.
Yes.
And that's a conversation. Now, how does that conversation come about? Do the parent initiate that, or is it so widespread now where the kids know?
So it starts with the kid.
Okay.
Some of the kids will be like, man, I'm a reclass because they seen other people reclass, right? I hate to say this, and a lot of people ask me, I never really fully answered the question, right? So they asked me, have I reclassed my son? Yes, I did. My son is young, right? My son went to Wilby. I mean, not Wilby. My son went to North End.
Okay.
Right? So when he went to North End, I seen a change in him because he was always in like Maloney. He went to all these schools, right? So he went to North End. He was getting good grades. COVID hit.
Okay.
Everything went online. Everything went this. We had to teach him. We had to show him. So I'm looking at the dynamics. You're a really good athlete. You haven't even reached a growth spurt yet. I don't believe that you're fully equipped with up here.
Right.
And my son is a cerebral thinker. He's just like my brother. They're 5-6 days apart. So I know he's super intelligent, right?
Yeah.
But it's this, some things I used to ask him, and it's like, bro, you don't even have them common sense.
Yeah.
What's up? What you want to do?
Yeah.
It's an uncomfortable conversation, but it's a conversation that need to be had. So when I sat down with him, I said, hey, let's look at repeating your 6th grade year.
Okay.
Are you cool with that? He says, I don't know, Dad, man. He was like, I said, listen, I'm going to let you sleep on this for a week. It's your decision. But this is what's going to happen. You're going to get your growth spurt. You're going to be able to redo all your classes over. And he had really good grades, right? Really good grades, too.
Yeah.
But I felt like the teachers was just giving him grades because he wasn't going to school really saying too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I want to see you grow I want your maturity. Your basketball stuff, we're going to take care of that. But he came back to me 2 days later and was like, yeah, I'll do it. I said, but you got to be serious.
Right.
So when we signed him up for Southerton Catholic, it took off from there.
Gotcha.
He grew as a person.
Got you.
Grew as a person, an actual leader. Everything that we was instilling in him.
It came out.
It came out perfect.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He understood the assignment.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it's like it worked for us. It worked for a lot of other people too, but it worked for us. And I only can say what works for me, right?
Yeah.
But I could give you the knowledge behind how to do it, when to do it, and how you should do it, right?
Yeah.
And that's the key to it. It's learning when, how, and what's this. It's never a spur of the moment things. You have to do it. You have to strike when your iron is hot.
Okay.
Right? So if you're using it for basketball and your iron is hot and your son is not developing, that's when you have to do it. But down in New Jersey, they have a school. It's a basketball school, right?
Okay.
Elliot Cadeau moms run that school.
Mm.
It's geared towards basketball. It's geared towards developing your kid on every level and to get you the education about reclassing, because if you're not ready, only people that go to that school is people that's in that realm of,
Right.
It's a community.
Okay.
So if you're in a basketball community, if you're in a football community, baseball community, or
that's
whatever,
where you're going to go.
That's where you want to go.
Okay.
Just don't reclass your kid because you want, you know what I'm saying? But also, you can also reclass your kid to be smart.
Now, have you seen or heard of any like stories of people reclassing that probably shouldn't have?
It's a lot of them.
Mm.
It's a lot of them.
They shouldn't reclass. And
They shouldn't. You wasted your time.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying?
Got you.
I mean,
Got you.
the kid put in the work. The kid didn't get nothing out of it.
Mm.
The kid,
Wow.
I shouldn't say the kid put in the work because I don't know. I'm not there all the time. But just looking at what they was trying to achieve and what they was trying to do to end up still coming home and not do nothing, yeah, you wasted your time, right? But you,
Okay.
but the parent did what was best for that kid. So I don't want to go on record saying that you did something bad. It's this, you should have had that conversation and weighed your options.
Weighed your options.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So.
And do you think it's like when you do that for it to, I don't want to say pan out perfect because nothing perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to end up on the path best suited for the individual when you do that, do you think it take a little bit of luck?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Takes a lot of luck.
A lot of luck.
Because like I told you earlier, we don't know.
You don't know.
Tomorrow, my son could be like, man, Dad, I don't want to ever go back to school again.
I don't want to play ball.
Yeah, I don't want to play ball no more. What? You don't want to what? Come on, man. You wasted my time. Now it gets in our feelings, and then parents says, you know, your other half or your baby mother or somebody be like, see, I told you was living through your kid. And it's like, I'm not living through, but do you understand what he just said?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We both wasted our time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But then again, how did we waste our time? Because now if you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, what's your plan B?
What's your plan B?
Right?
Yeah.
And if the kid don't have a plan B, now I'm going to put my foot down. You going back to school.
You going back to school.
We're going to finish this.
Yeah.
After you finish it, dog, you can do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
right.
But as a father, as somebody that's avid, and I'm in all my kids' life, you going to finish.
You're going to finish. Definitely.
That's it. We started this. We're going to finish it. Let's take this boat ride to wherever it's gonna go.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. So it's funny how you when you was naming like the things that a parent has to see, because a parent have to evaluate. You know, obviously we self-evaluate ourselves, but you got to evaluate your kid and see. All right, the smarts. Are you growing into your body? You know, where can you enhance? And you know, I think as a parent you have to. Because sometimes you're like, nah, my stock ain't for that sport. What we trying to do, that's not gonna work out for that.
Exactly.
But you gotta kind of see that too. You know what I mean?
You can't be delusional.
You can't. You know, and you get a lot of. I think sometimes we see a lot of that within some of the parents that do that. It's like, nah, you just can't. Just because you see this parent or this family do it, that don't mean it's gonna work for this family.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's probably supposed to be a architect.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that, but that's his strong suit. Ride that.
Right. You know what? I'm not, and I don't blame this on him at all, but Magic Mel.
Magic Mel. Yeah.
Right.
Shifty.
Yes.
Guard. Yeah.
Everyone wanted to follow that blueprint. His father, man, he did a wonderful job with whatever he did. He's great at what he did.
Yeah.
You can't change that, but also you got to look at it like that's what's in Mel's deck of cards.
Right.
And everybody was trying to follow and map that. And you got to understand, look at LeBron. That's in LeBron's cards.
That's in his cards.
Is there going to be another LeBron James? Yes. And then he might not gonna be as great or do the things that, but there's gonna be another. If there was another guy that you could compare to Michael Jordan, there's gonna be another guy that you could compare to LeBron James,
Exactly.
or there's always someone that you could compare to. That's the great thing about life,
That's right.
right? But God's plan is God's plan for you,
That's his plan.
right? So
God's plan.
you could, what people have to do is ask questions.
Yes.
If you ask the question, if I give you, if I don't have to give you 100% of the answer, but if I give you 10%, try that 10%. If it don't work for you, then go a different route.
At least you're making informed decisions.
There you go.
You know what I mean? You got some. Now you got some of the answer. Now you make the decision based on the answers you got.
There you go. Like I told you, I traveled a lot with this basketball stuff, right?
Yeah.
I seen a lot of people following Mel, his father, trying to do everything he do. If Mel left this team, they left that team.
Yeah.
And then your son ends up losing.
Because that wasn't his path. That's Mel's path.
That's Mel's path. And they wanted Mel. They didn't want your son. Or they thought your son was just as good, but Mel was the prize.
Yeah.
Right? That's just like a girl, right? We deal with girls, you be like, yo, man, she's beautiful. Until you get to really meet her.
You're like, yo.
Shit, what did I get myself into? You looked very good with Chauncey, but now you with me. Oh, shit.
Right? I'm seeing something either he saw and was like, nah, or he didn't see, but I see.
Exactly. So it's a game that everyone's playing, and it all trickulates down to people have to learn to not create a lane, but stick to where the community is.
Okay.
Help build with the community of what it is, whatever sport it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, even if it's just learning. If we wasn't here talking about sports, let's build with a community of reading books.
Yeah.
Right? Don't veer off and say, yo, I got the latest hot topic of books, and your books is nothing. It's the same books that we went and got out of Barnes and Nobles, right?
Right.
Keep it uniform or universal that it's like, yo, listen, let's do this together. We're so much crabs in a barrel that we don't want to see no one succeed coming out of Connecticut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I like to see people from Connecticut, especially Waterbury. If I see somebody from Waterbury make it to the highest level, whatever it is they do, I'm like, word, that's somebody from home.
There you go.
Somebody from Connecticut making it, like, word, okay, that's from home. That ain't too far from me.
So, listen, you want to know something, E? And I wasn't even going to touch on this, but since we're in that topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how much gripe and hate that JJ has right now?
Really?
People act like they love him. People act like they like him. I get phone calls weekly about, yo, how old is JJ? Man, that dude about 16. He this, that. I'm like, man, I said, JJ damn near just turned 15 years old. 14, 15.
Yeah.
I got his birth certificate.
Yeah.
We got to submit that. You a lie, man. I said, and I'm like, yo, dog, I don't have to lie to you. I don't got no skin in the game with him anymore.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's my man's. I love the little dude. Why can't we praise him?
Exactly.
Right?
Praise him.
But you talking about Cooper flagging and all them. This kid is right here. You could touch him.
You can touch him. He's here.
Right? At any given moment, you could go up that way and say, hey, Jay, give me a hug or whatever. You could touch this kid. He's obtainable. He's there. Why? Because he grew. He grew to where he's at. He had a growth spurt. Mm-hmm. When he was with us, JJ was probably 5'11". But JJ he wasn't dunking the ball the way he is doing now.
Man.
But boy, I'll show you some highlights.
Yeah.
This kid was catching dude shots on the backboard. Yo, at one tournament we at, it's funny. When he first caught that kid shot in the backboard, all weekend long, JJ didn't even care about scoring.
He didn't care about scoring.
He just wanted to catch some more shots on the backboard. That's where his mind was at. And he'd come out and be like, JJ, why you didn't take that shot? Coach, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just wanted to get back and catch somebody shot in the backboard.
Oh man.
That's how great of a kid his charisma. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and then now it's like everybody's, because he's separating himself.
Yep.
A lot of people want to put false narratives on that kid.
Wow.
The kid is moving in a great trajectory where we need to put everything we got in Connecticut behind him. The same way everybody trying to do with Torrey now.
Yeah.
Put it behind him too.
Behind him, yeah. And that's good. Like, and you want to see kids be able to separate themselves and go on their own path.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if just the road I'm on, okay, in order for me to exceed, I gotta excel and keep going. You want that. Because here's the thing. If it was their kid, they want their kid to do the same thing.
Yes. Yes.
If it was your kid, you want him to do the same thing. You would probably have him do the same thing.
And he's a pedigree of Waterbury, Connecticut. Look at his pedigree. His uncle was a great basketball player and he went from high school to college.
Mm-hmm.
BJ Montero.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go to prep school. He didn't do all these hurdles. He went straight to high school. And he did very well at college. He had a pro stint. And now look at him. He's working with his child, and his child is 6, 4, 5, whatever. That little dude is nice. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then look at his father. His father was a freakish athlete.
Wow.
His father's a great boxer. That was a great basketball player, but he played his position well at Crosby.
Yeah.
Just because he wasn't a 20-point scorer, he played his position well. So he has it in his genes to be great.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So why not give him his just due?
For sure. Definitely, man.
So,
well, Jay, man, you drop crazy bombs, man. Like when I say this is a history lesson, this is actually a lesson of the current status of reclassifying, the AAU, like how it all plays a part, how it all comes together, man. Like my listeners, you guys, I hope you had your pen, or even, y'all gonna be rewinding, playing it back, taking notes.
Yes.
Because he gave some information and some insight, whether you're an athlete or even a coach or a parent. Either or, you can build from this. You know what I'm saying? So, Jay, I definitely appreciate you for coming in, chopping it up with our listeners. And if anyone want to reach you, how can they get in contact with you?
Well, the 4J's Academy page is back up and running.
Okay.
So they could go up there. Content is going to start being posted. My secretary now she took handle of all of that. They also could go to my page, Jacob_Johns 20 at Instagram. The same Jacob_Johns 20 at Twitter. You know what I mean? That's the only bit of social media that I deal with. You know what I mean? I have a Facebook page, and I don't know how to really work that, but our secretary is working on doing that. So she posts a lot of the things.
Yeah.
I post periodically. I try to give informal and uninformal information.
Yeah.
I try to give love to everyone that posts. If you send me something, I'm gonna repost you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I could give you some love back. It's not for no personal.
Yeah.
Right. Everything is about business.
For sure. Definitely.
So if you want to reach me, you can reach me there, or you can reach me at 860-329-5392. That's 4J's times locked in training. If you're looking for training, we will be posting some new things, and we have a new program coming out for kids. We're in our second session, or we finished up our second session. Kids from ages 4 to 10.
Okay.
We run a 4-week session. So we teach 2 days of development, skills, and drills, and we apply plyometrics to it.
Okay.
So they're going to get a workout. They're going to get bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
And it's 3 days a week at the same time, same place. It never really changes. It's never going to change. And then we have we're creating a developmental league for individuals that want to learn the game of basketball.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to teach y'all the 5 principles. I want y'all to write this down. It's line, angle, space, communication, and timing. So write that down. That's the 5 things about basketball. And learn this acronym, CREP, C-E-P, consistent, efficient. If you're consistent and you're efficient, that's only going to give you productivity. If you learn that, that's when your game is going to evolve.
Wow. There you have you, man. Jay he done gave out some gems. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all took them notes, wrote that stuff down, man. Jay, man, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you once again for coming on the show, man. And hey, I just want to see you go up. I want to see y'all blow up from here, man. I'm definitely tuning in.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna keep tabs. I'm gonna send you when we out there, when we traveling. You know what I'm saying? I'm send you some kites back.
For sure.
Let you know about how we doing out there, what the team is looking like, and everything. We got a great 15U and a 16U. Our 17U is always gonna be rough, but our 15 and 16, our youth, we got a lot of we got a lot of 6'3", 6'5", 6'2", 6'1". We're looking really, we looking like, you know what I mean. We keep it closed doors.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to come see us, but
yeah,
we making noise out there for this.
Word, for sure. Hey y'all, that's Running Back CT Coach's Corner. I'm Eric LeWine. This Jay Johnson signing out.
Yes.
Your favorite show, Run It Back, is leveling up. We will release interviews on a weekly basis, and every Run It Back moment will officially be launched on Spotify. That's right, stream us anywhere, anytime. Make sure you follow Run It Back on Spotify and tap in. This movement is getting bigger, brighter, and bolder, just like the brand. Thank you for the support. Now, let's run it back.